Yeah, just saying that I turned 29 on Tuesday.
She did.
Last Tuesday.
A woman.
Very nice to feel older.
Mm-hmm.
29 and fine. I was saying that Zoe's the best friend ever because she bought me a lot of top shelf tequila, which is my favorite.
This girl only drinks expensive tequila. And I didn't know what expensive tequila was until it was her birthday.
Oh my God. It was crazy because I was saying before I tried to party again because I was telling Zoe, I was like, yeah, girl, I still got it. I don't feel anything. And then I drank terrible alcohol and I felt awful.
I know. She was in bed for days. I was like, really? You're so dramatic.
So
one bad tequila shot and she's like, oh no.
What is this poison?
God.
So moral of the story is always a wonderful friend.
Yeah.
Glad that she agreed.
Yeah, I do agree.
Also, I gave a shout out to Hong Kong immigration for giving me a visa extension.
Yes.
So
and this is why we still have a show.
The show, next show, we're still here.
Yeah.
Still in Hong Kong. What else happened? It's autumn. That's what we also talked about.
It's autumn.
Yeah, Mid-Autumn Festival is next week.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Do you like mooncakes? Is that a thing?
No, I hate mooncakes. I don't like them. I don't because I don't like it has.
Do you ever freeze them? I feel like this.
The
Yeah,
middle stuff.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like egg yolk. I don't like
the yolk part so much.
Yeah,
but I do enjoy
the outside.
The outside and the nice custard.
Yeah.
And sometimes this may sound weird, but sometimes I freeze them.
Okay.
And just have like a little slither.
Okay.
Because it's very rich. I feel like I can't have a full
I don't
mooncake.
like mushy textures. This is why I don't like. It's really weird. Like I don't like big chips. You know, chips that have a lot of potato in.
For all the Americans, she means fries.
I don't like the fat chips because they just have so much potato in.
I understand.
I'm eating a big slice of potato. Like what? I'd just eat a potato if I wanted that.
What else do we do for Mid-Autumn Festival besides?
I don't know. So, my family is having a dinner, which you're coming to.
I'm so excited to come.
We're doing that, but I don't even know what that means. My parents are just gonna sing karaoke and get drunk. And eat mooncakes, maybe.
Yeah. While we look at the moon. I don't know. We'll see. We'll report back soon.
Yeah.
We'll report back soon.
During these crazy Corona times, I realized, what are you doing?
That was my crazy Corona times.
Oh, crazy Corona times. I feel like there's going to be one little thing in every episode whilst this is going on. But I was reading that apparently certain airlines now are doing no destination flights.
What does that mean?
Because like flights and stuff are across the world, like I'm losing out on loads of business.
Yeah.
There are companies that are basically like having flights and doing a tour of their own country, and then they land back in their own country. So I think it was Qantas Airlines. They were doing it. Is Qantas by Sydney? Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So they were doing flights from Sydney to Sydney, and they would literally leave Sydney. It'd be like a 7-hour flight though, and they would tour, like they would see the Great Barrier Reef, like they do all of these things, go across, do a whole big tour, and like as if they're like on. Well, it is a real flight. They're actually going off the ground, and then landing back in Sydney.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But then, like, so that, I mean, I don't know if it's been crazy with sales, but apparently that first flight that they did, sold out in 10 minutes.
What?
The flight tickets sold out in 10 minutes, yeah.
For people to
just
sit
to go
in
from Sydney to Sydney.
To eat pretzels.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. And, like, see the country they already live in.
People miss flying that much?
Yeah.
I don't like flying. I love traveling. I don't particularly like flying.
But I don't know. Maybe people just want to do something outside of their own homes, and also it does help airline business. But then also, like, there was all of them these activist groups, like the environmental ones that were just like, this is stupid, like you're you know, adding to the carbon footprint for no good reason. And it really is no good reason. You're seeing out through your like little glass window. It's like, just watch Google Maps.
What if you're in the middle seat also?
I know.
Wait, this is crazy. I heard they were flying planes just to keep their airspace.
Oh.
So I guess this is better than that.
Yeah.
But it's still insane
but like
to
loads
me.
of airlines are trying to do it. Apparently Taiwan's doing it, and Singapore Airlines are trying to do it now soon.
There's no Singapore. It's a city. Where do they fly?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Oh,
like I don't understand. I don't know.
Crazy times.
Yeah. It's a weird times. But anyways, we're gonna start off with a song.
Yes.
I don't know too much about
Oh yeah, Raven Lene.
Yeah.
She's from Chicago. I really like her. She's kind of cool with Steve Lacy and all those folks. Like
Yeah.
the new neo soul people.
Yeah, that is the playlist I've been listening to on Spotify, the Neo Soul Wave. It's a good playlist, but I had her on the playlist.
Yeah, Raven is great. This is from a few years back. Her song is called Sticky. Yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome. Oh my god. God, I need to really get a hold of this shit. Okay.
So we were so excited to catch up with you.
Yeah. We didn't even say the title of
this show.
episode.
Yeah.
What is this episode called?
Caught between cults.
Cults.
Caught between cults.
Yeah.
So Zoe and I love talking about cults.
We love cults.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people get excited about them.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk with you guys.
It's an interesting topic, and in sort of like a way, like every time I've spoken to someone about cults and like building up to the show, everyone's like, the more we talk about it, everyone's like, everything's a cult. And then they're just like, you need to talk about this and this and this. I'm just like, everything is a cult.
Everything basically is a cult.
And it's, but there's been some crazy ones recently.
Yeah.
One that Shakina actually told me a few weeks ago.
QAnon. Mm-hmm. I studied religion, as I told you guys before, and a lot of people I went to divinity school with are arguing with their families about something called QAnon on Facebook, and that's how I heard about this. If you haven't heard, It's hard to explain, but essentially it's this conspiracy theory that believes that the world is being run by political elite who have some type of underground child sex trafficking ring in order to kill babies and drink something from their brains, their blood.
No, it's their blood.
It's their
so
blood.
Basically, they have a ring of their trafficking these kids. Then they kill them, and then they drink their blood.
I don't know. It has some type of like psychedelic property.
Yeah,
that's what they claim.
But it's like run by like Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama's part of it, and
basically anyone who's a political elite person except for Donald Trump.
Yeah,
which is what we don't understand because he hits on his own daughter. If anyone's going to be a weird pedophile, I would put my money on him. But who knows? Apparently, because he says he's outside of the system, that's why he's not included in this conspiracy theory. Yeah. And there's some people in QAnon who believe that he's actually bringing an end to this sex trafficking ring.
He's the savior.
He's gonna save
the
U.S., possibly the world, possibly our souls. Some people think he's like a prophet or Jesus or something.
And now, because of that, like more Americans are choosing to vote for him.
Yes.
And it's also like it's not only in America, because like it wouldn't have been such a crazy thing, but now it's literally spreading to like Europe and the UK. And like, because when I first heard about it, when Sakina first told me about it, I was just like, there is no way there are people out here actually believing this shit, because like it's so wild. But it's like hundreds of thousands of people. There's groups all over Facebook. There's boards on Reddit. People making YouTube videos over it. There is absolutely like everyone is believing this.
Yeah.
And people, because of like there's so many aspects to it, people are piggybacking off of certain aspects to it. So like in the UK, there were protests about like 5G creating coronavirus, or coronavirus is fake, it's like made by the government. And there's an organization called
Save the Children.
Save the Children.
Yeah.
And now people who are doing Save the Children, they're protesting like against child abuse, but then also supporting QAnon, because they're like, oh, they're sex trafficking, we're also gonna back them and protest that together. But it's like, it's so weird, like from one idea that this person called Q basically wrote on a forum page, I think it's called 4chan.
Yeah.
Wrote about this theory. Apparently he's a like an FBI informant,
or a high level agent of some kind with security clearance,
who like knows this all for real,
apparently.
So anyway, so from what he said, and then all of these ideas that have been built on, everyone now is suddenly like taking parts from it and just pushing this idea and twisting it into something just crazy.
Yeah.
And there are hundreds of thousands of people believing it, and it's like, it's insane how it's turned into this. Like this is what, when I was saying, I only found out about this today, but I was saying the pizza, what was it called?
Pizzagate. Yeah.
So when Hillary's emails got leaked back then, apparently some of the emails they were talking about were pizza dates. And they figured out this restaurant that they were talking about, that they were going to, and this theory started to kind of rise then, and they were thinking that Hillary Clinton had kept these kids in this basement of this pizza restaurant, and some guy literally went up to this pizza place and was like shooting down the staff doors, thinking kids were hiding behind there. There was no basement there.
Yeah.
There were no kids there. But it's like, it's crazy that these conspiracy theories can turn into something so real like that. Like someone's actually going in there with a gun shooting
and
doors
he seemed
down.
like he meant well. I saw his like interview videos and he was like, I thought there were kids in the basement. He was like trying to do a good thing.
Yeah. But it's just crazy like how the media and the internet can push so much of this.
Yeah.
I was actually reading like in the UK, it's the second most tweeted place about QAnon.
What?
In the UK, yeah.
It's
like
that...
Britain
what?
is now, like it's the US and then it's Britain.
Wow.
Which was like, that's like, how is this real?
Wow. So
how people actually believe in this?
So we're going to try to explain how people are believing this
Okay.
as we talk more tonight. But I guess it's time for a song now.
Yeah.
To break up some of the crazy.
Yeah. You introduce this. Sakina listens to some interesting music, which is interesting.
Zoe loves it. This group is called Tokyo Cuban Boys, essentially this Japanese band leader organized all these people to play Central and South African big band music, which I think is really, really cool. And this is from the 70s. I just thought it was like a nice cinematic song to play for our theme. And the song is called Cumana, which is a city in Venezuela. So I don't know how else to introduce it. I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah. And also, shout out to Beatrice. She just said hi to us. So.
Shout out.
Shout out to Beatrice. I was saying that reminds me of Nando's music. Shout out Nando's, not that I've had it in ages.
Hopefully I'll get to go one day.
We'll go.
Yeah.
We'll get some Nando's.
I hope you guys are also thinking about cults and stuff. Zoe just told me over the break that QAnon is the second most tweeted about thing in the UK. Mm-hmm. Or is that what it is?
No, I said Britain was the most. It was the country that was tweeting the most about.
Tweeting the most about it. So it's most popular in the US.
Yeah.
And then in Britain it's...
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
That's
social
wild.
media is just like, it's literally what fuels everything. Like, imagine if we didn't have social media. We would like not have...
Well, for better and worse, right? Because that's what you were saying about this woman, Megan. And like what happened to her.
So Megan Phelps Roper, she is part of she was part of a cult called Westboro Baptist Church. I watched this video on YouTube. It's a really cute series called Kids React, and they like these kids meet, like it'll be like, you know, an ex gangster or like an ex whatever, and just so they can just meet people and like talk to them. It's really cute. But they spoke to her, who is an ex cult member, and Westboro Baptist Church is a cult in the US. I don't know if it's got that many members. I think it's like 1,000 or something.
It's pretty small.
It's quite small,
it's
it's like very famous because it is so like it's it basically just like hates.
It's homophobic.
It's homophobic, yeah.
Yeah.
It's homophobic and like to the point where, and like to the point that like God will punish you for everything.
Yeah.
It's like supposed to be, it's like, it's Christian, but like, it's just also like if you do anything wrong,
Yeah.
like God will kill you,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Yeah.
And everything is just like, and yeah, it's just, it's not the nicest. It's not the nicest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Megan was part of this cult, and she said it was actually mainly made up of most of her family. It was like 1,000 family members.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was mainly made up of her family. And they were saying though, like they would used to go outside people's funerals who were either gay or whatever, and would go outside the funerals and would sing and cheer like happy songs outside of the funeral.
Yeah, that's how much they really.
Yeah, they really just like
are taught that gay people are ruining the world.
But she was born into it because her parents were in it. Her grandparents, I think she said her granddad great granddad started it.
Yeah.
So it's been generations. And then I'm not sure exactly how old she was when she did it, but anyways, she went onto Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't think many of them use social media, and like they're always about just like spreading what they believe in. But she did then join Twitter one day and was trying to spread the word about their beliefs and all this stuff. And then she got a lot of hate. A lot of it was like, you know, hateful as expected. But then also a lot of it was just like actually trying to help her realize that like, you know, you've been brought up in this environment which actually this isn't right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard for anyone. Like if you grew up in that environment, you're never going to know anything different.
Exactly.
So people were trying to teach her, and she then managed to leave the cult. Now she's married, has a family, does TED Talks all the time. And yeah, now she's like, you know, like it's so for like in a good way, Twitter literally helped her. Like she was saying in the show, like in that episode, that Twitter was literally what saved her life.
Definitely.
Like she managed to get out of there through the help of other people. So like, yeah, that's actually just crazy. Yeah.
So in the same way that these technologies are being used to spread violence, that's what Megan intended, whether she thought it was violence or not.
Yeah.
It helped her because people were asking her questions. I think that's what it was.
I think people, it's always going to be interesting. Like there are so many different types of people all the time that we're never going to understand.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's, yeah, I mean, I think it's like nice that people wanted to kind of understand and help her, and then actually helped her manage to get out of this.
Yeah.
And then actually realize herself like how fucked the situation was.
Definitely.
But yeah, we watched this, was it Netflix documentary?
Yeah.
Netflix documentary called The Social Dilemma. And that was, it was very interesting to see, again, like social media, we always like hate on it, but also like, you know, the purpose of it was never to do all these shitty things. Like it was created and built for people to build on relationships. Like they were saying, like in the show, like it's, you know, found old friends and like reconnect with old family members. I think it could be a great thing, and I think that's what it really intended to do. But it now it's crazy. Everyone should watch this, by the way.
Yeah, it's really,
I learned so much about it.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like there's two sides to it, and it was from the beginning, because I think Facebook started with Zuckerberg trying to rate girls and their hotness. Yeah, that was how Facebook started.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but I think there are some people who also believed that the internet was going to be this utopia. So, but like every idea, everything, right? There's always two sides. Yeah. So I think we should play another song.
Okay.
As we keep going. There's so much to digest, but
there is.
We could talk about this all night. But the next song is called Up. It's by Earth Gang. They're from Atlanta. They're like the next second coming of Outkast.
They're very cool.
They're so
very cool.
cool.
Little duo. I've been listening to this song nonstop. Yeah.
We hope you enjoy it. I feel like it's a really good like
upbeat
vibe.
It's a good vibe before we hit you with more shit.
Just another day in these filthy, sweet Atlanta streets. Back on the greenback hunt. One for the money and two for the loot. You want to run with booze, best tie your shoe. I make all your dreams rule. Can't come through these promises unless you cool, unless you know the who's who. Ha! You in my world now, I make the rules. I say who lives, I say who die. I push the button, I save the kids, delete your crew. Call me John Q, call me Olu. Bitches have arrived, feeling on my high. Sexing in the sky, make a whoopee, make a wait for the motherfucking guy. Alright, well alright. See, I go loco for my freedom. It's the only thing that's real these days. No fear, no shame. Matter of fact, let's get it straight. I ain't no rap. See, triumph come from dying, some enjoy come from crying, sometime healing come from killing. Rich shit, nigga shit, climb on up, die go. Rich shit, nigga shit, climb on up, never fall. Rich shit, nigga shit, climb on up, die go. Rich shit, nigga shit, climb on up, never fall. Yeah, I'm up. You pussies thought that I was down, no, yeah, I'm up. I got it, said I'm up. Okay, roll the dice. Baby need a new pair of shoes, famous overnight. Nigga, these people don't care about you. Came up in the jungle. Gotta get my partners out the zoo. What's the price of love? Can't talk about that, my taxes due. I roll the dice. Baby need a new pair of shoes, famous overnight. Nigga, these people don't care about you. Came up in the jungle. Gotta get my partners out the zoo. What's the price of love? Okay, look. Pay dues, no more fake news. I'ma do everything that they said that I can't do. Miss me with that artificial, baby. I ain't fooled by the filters of the angles. You don't know yourself when you're coming to someone. You the type to let it change you. All I'm saying, make money, don't let money make you. Okay, motherfucker, let it talk about all I ever wanted, like it never mattered. When the odds come back and collect the data. Oh, I bet you thought your head was educated. Bet you thought that you escaped the mess, lying to yourself. You the greatest at the round of applause. Gemini, two-face, cancer, got claws. Life is a cartoon, not in that draw. I'm taking hiatus, waiting they palm. Always had a certain je ne sais quoi. Pull up on your bitch like she's my friend. But what you thought? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? C'est soit take no days off. Ain't no problem there, that case of what you made of.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Hope you guys like that song. I really, really, really like her.
I know, I love them.
We should support them.
Yeah, they're really cool.
The way we ended things, it's like there's so much to talk about with this topic, but why it's been so interesting for me and Zoe's because I think of social media and how fast these ideas spread, and we also don't understand why people believe them.
Yeah.
Why people understand them. And then Zoe told me that somebody came into the bar and talked to her about a cult. So that's why we had to do this show.
Yeah.
What did they say to you when they
came? He works in finance, and he basically was saying that his boss was like trying to recruit him into this cult called the Landmark Landmark Forum to be exact. And it's a self-development course that you take for 3 days over a weekend. But you're in these seminars for like 17-hour days with no windows. You get 1 meal a day for 3 days. Yeah. And it's supposed to be a self-development course. It's supposed to make you a better you that you didn't even know you could be. But that you also have to pay a fuckload for.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
really
you also
expensive.
have to, on your last day, bring all your friends and family, try and convince everyone to join this course. But yeah, I mean, he did not join it, which is kind of annoying because I want to know some first-hand experience, but whatever.
But like, we tried to search on the internet as soon as we found out about it, and it didn't seem as evil. Because I think when I think of a cult, I think of like a church or a religious group. And I was saying to Zoe before, like, what makes me so upset about those groups is that they're saying to you, we have your soul in our control. And I feel like that's what's so diabolical, like what's so crazy is if you tell somebody the only way you're gonna get saved, salvation, whatever, is if you come through me. Like, that to me is insane. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what is it about this group that makes it a cult? And I found this documentary that's pretty hard to find now
I don't even
because
know how you found it. I was like half asleep. I woke up and it was playing. I was like,
wizardry.
okay. Yeah.
I was like, I need to know
Yeah.
what's going on. So the French public television made this documentary because in France, the Landmark Foundation or Forum is basically known as
They've
being a
categorized
cult.
it as a cult.
So we don't have to say allegedly. We can just say in France. It's
In
recognized
France
as a cult. And this documentary was wild. It was crazier than anything we could have read. His seeing it firsthand. They had someone who got a camera to go into the seminar so we could see what was happening.
Yeah.
And it was basically like they picked people who were having a really hard time to go onto the stage and basically have a therapy session in front of
everyone.
Like 500 people or however many people are in this hotel.
Oh shit, sorry.
Shout out coconut water.
Yeah.
And it was like they picked the people who were most vulnerable, it felt like. So the first time it was a woman and
it was a
woman, her
saying,
daughter.
and her daughter. She was saying, her daughter wasn't there, but it was the woman, and she was saying how like she was having
difficulties with her
in their
daughter.
relationship.
Yeah, and she was saying how like the mom was saying, I have difficulties with dating in men, and it's been so hard for me to feel like I can support my daughter in her relationship because I've been so burned in my love life. And so a normal therapist would say that's a really wonderful observation. How astute of you, how wonderful for you to recognize how your problems are hurting somebody else or how you're putting your problems on somebody else. He tells her that she's awful, that she's ruining her daughter's life. He's literally like beating her down.
He was literally just like, you might as well have cancer and die.
Yeah, it was wild. Like, no, we're not. We're not exaggerating.
This is the exact words.
Those are the words he said to her.
Yeah.
So that's where I was, this is a cult because these people go for help and their entire self-esteem is destroyed. And then they're told the only way to get it back is to spend more money and to come to another landmark group, another landmark presentation. Which is, to me, insane. And I was like, why is this bugging me so much? And I'm like, because it's about love. It's about family. And that's the whole thing that social media was supposed to maybe help us connect more. That's why this is so interesting to me. Because if you're distorting people's understanding of love, that even seems deeper than the soul in some way, right? Because it's like what makes us feel good and what makes life worth living.
Yeah.
And so like they do this to the most vulnerable people the first day. Then do a second person the second day, right? And it's like it's a long time that they're drilling you.
Yeah, because it's like 17-hour days.
Yeah.
And you get one meal a day. It's like you got to the point where you've been put down so much.
Exactly.
You've barely eaten.
Yeah.
And you probably can't even really form too much of opinions yourself because it's like you've been thrown with so much shit. You're not even functioning very well, and they're just telling you this is how you should feel, this is what you should do.
Yeah.
Or is it the second day and they make you call your loved ones and apologize for doing whatever you did?
I don't know if it's the second or the third. I just know they give two examples. So like they do two people who are really down in the dumps. Yeah. And they take you through this therapy and they break you down. And then they basically say to everyone else, like, if you want a good life, if you want good relationships, the way to do that is to call your family member and tell them that you've been terrible. Yeah. That you've been awful. And so everyone's crying now. Yeah. Well, I think not everyone, but it's the people who are most vulnerable, basically, get really swept up. And they call their family member and they say, I want to change. I want to be better. And I think that's when it becomes the most manipulative for me.
No, definitely. I think it's worse. Things when it comes to religion, the ones that are religious ones, there's always that they can kind of lean back to. They can always refer back to that. When it comes to like no religion at all, and it's just personal, it's like so personal in a way that like nothing else can back it. Like they're literally directly like targeting how you feel. Yeah. Like, I couldn't even imagine, like 3 days, you don't get your phones, you don't get any contact.
There's no sunlight, guys. You can't tell what time of day it is.
Yeah, there's no contact. You can, and it's just your thoughts. Yeah. It's like, there's not, you couldn't even reason properly. And that's just, it's so crazy. And like, when you type in Landmark Forum, like in Google, the first thing is cult or like exposed or I don't know,
what was it? Ruin My Life isn't the other one that came up.
Which one?
Landmark ruined my life.
Oh yeah. Like every time
Yeah.
you type in just Landmark Forum, it comes up with like the few business pages, and then they have underneath like Reddit pages and ones that is like, I just finished Landmark, I'm here to warn you.
Wow.
And people have made YouTube videos, but there's also a lot of people that are still like,
Yeah, very
"This
happy
saved
about
my
it.
life. Like
Yeah.
I view people differently. Like what was one of them? She was like, her relationship with her mum is now. She's like, now I actually care for my mum. It's like completely different relationship.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And then those are the people that continue pushing it on and on and on.
Yeah.
It started in like 1991.
Mm.
So over the years, there's been many, I'm not gonna say a number because I might get it wrong, but a lot of people
Yeah.
joining it and keep spreading it, and they really push this too. They really push all of you, like, and also you remember when we were reading, like, not reading in documentary, they made you sign like, if you've previously had mental health problems, you
Yes.
should not continue.
Yeah, and that's what
Like-
the documentary was saying was also scary, is that none of the people doing these questionings, they're not psychotherapists, they're
No.
not psychologists, they don't have any training.
No.
So if someone did have a breakdown, right, because you're
How
pushing
can you
them,
deal with that?
they can't.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And you're pushing someone for 3 days to be like, think about all the terrible things you've done in your life and everything that makes you sad and everything that makes you feel like not living your life. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So shout out to your customer who escaped
Yeah.
their clutches.
Yeah.
Warning, because they're in what, in 27?
It's in 27 different
27
countries. So
countries.
all of you watch out. You may be next. But yeah, it's that's what's so crazy too.
Mhm.
That it's literally spread to so many countries.
Yeah.
And like, I think they're mainly basing it on like people who work in finance, because it also is a very expensive
Yes.
course that you have to pay for it, and then the more you spread, the more you have to pay, and it's like, it's all
Yeah. We're going to talk more about how this relates to money
yeah.
and all of us, which is why we're caught between, right? Because you're probably like, I'm not in a cult, but
Yeah.
are you?
We all are.
We all are. But before we get more into that, we want to play you another song.
Yeah.
This song is by a Hong Kong artist named ASJ, A Spiritual Journey. I really, really like them. This new single came out on my birthday on September 15th. It's called Disclosure. And they wrote about how it's about knowing themselves more, which I thought was really sweet to play after learning more about Landmark and how they try to distort that knowledge. So hopefully if you have it inside, no one can take it away from you. So we hope you enjoy the tune.
Why you
Yay. We were just saying how time flies.
I know. How is it like
We
50
can't believe
minutes into the
it.
show?
It's so much fun to talk to you guys and to hang out with Zoe. So.
Yeah. This is actually how we hang out, because we have like weird schedules.
Mhm.
So it's either like I'm super tired talking to her and
Yeah.
probably fall asleep mid-conversation, or it's this. So this is really just for us to catch up.
Definitely. Thanks for watching us catch up. We hope you enjoy the song. Big ups to ASJ. Really, really like them. We were saying before the break, how does this relate to us? Like, how are we caught between? I feel like that's the question of the show. And then Zoe was talking to me about like Scientology and celebrities, and I was like, oh yeah, that feels kind of culty, right? Like, why are we always following these people on our phones?
I know.
And
it's
what
so
do they mean
weird.
to us?
Like, so Scientology, if I'm sure everyone has heard of, is basically a cult where they mix science and religion together. And it is supposed to be a Christian church-based cult. But anyways, in I think it was 1991 or 1994, one of those dates, they started this, one of the members started this thing called Project Celebrity, where they basically were like rewarding people who were Scientologists that were part of the cult already, to target these like big celebrities. And now there's people like John Travolta's in it, Tom Cruise. I know loads of people have come in and out of it, but who else was there? There's quite a few famous people,
Definitely.
that had become a part of it and literally have to join and spend all their money on it.
Yes.
But it's just interesting to see how they started this thing, Project Celebrity, because they wanted to aim at these celebrities, like really Hollywood celebrities.
Yeah.
And they, just knew that, if we target them, they're the ones that everyone cares about, then maybe like it'll gain us more attention and people like notice us more, and that's why a lot of people have like I don't know if people really thought about Scientology before celebrities
I wouldn't have known about them if it wasn't for I think Tom Cruise jumping on the couch saying he was in love with Katie Holmes. I mean that's what's actually kind of interesting, that like celebrities, people who have so much money probably don't have to participate in like these kind of things do is what is so interesting to me. Also they're celebrities and everyone just follows shit that celebrities do, because it is interesting like that they would all do something like that and join this, because like the principles of Scientology is actually really fucked. Well, it's kind of like based on self-improvement, but it's less about you worshiping some other god. It's almost like you can become a god through science, which is what a lot of people want to do anyway. And it's almost like the church gives you enough power to do that, and that's what I think is so interesting about celebrities, is that people think if they do the right thing and someone notices them, they can become like a god. Everyone loves them. Everyone cares what they say, what they do. And it's almost as if you're finally loved for who you fully are. I think that's like the idea of what a celebrity can give to us and what you can be if you become one. Just like perfect worship. Doesn't matter. They make mistakes, they party, they break up, they get back together, but everyone just wants to see them. It's weird. It's like the Andy Warhol thing, like everyone will be famous for 15 minutes in the future, but for what is the question. It didn't used to be about just being beautiful or taking our attention. I don't know, you were famous for being a part of a wealthy family, you were royalty, or you did something really amazing, like you were a scientist or contributed to society in some way. And now it's not about that. It's like, it's intimacy and I don't know. It's just like pretending that we're in love is what I feel like. Do you know what I mean? Like when I look at a celebrity and they're like talking on their Instagram, it's like they want you to feel like they're your friend, but we're not really close with them. But that's how they get so many followers. And even we talk about celebrities like they're our friends. Like, I like their personality.
It's literally so weird. I'm always like, did you see what Kylie wore the other day?
I'm
like, why am I talking about
when
her
I
like
say
that?
I love Rihanna, it's like I like how she presents herself to the world. I like her music, but I couldn't say that I would know what she's really like. But I'm supposed to be made to feel like I do know, I think that's weird. I think it has to do, once again, with what Landmark has kind of manipulated, is the idea of intimacy is something that you can buy, or if you get the right bag, or if you listen to this right music or something, then like you can fully feel how you're supposed to feel as a human. And that a lot of those ideas actually came from Scientology.
Yeah.
Because the guy who started it, L. Ron Hubbard, he was a hypnotist. And so,
oh, wow,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
no, he was a hypnotist. That's what this guy, Stephen Hassan, said. We were listening to this Joe Rogan podcast about this guy who was kind of taken by the Moonies, another famous cult. And now he tries to educate people about why cults are so popular. And he says it's not only that you're vulnerable, it's the fact that they're playing into all of your human desires and needs. And everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to have a purpose. And it can be hard to know what those things are when the world is so complicated, which is probably why things like QAnon make sense for people.
Like especially during coronavirus. Things like QAnon, because it's something super relatable to what we're living in right now. These kind of things, when you're sitting at home constantly, it's an easy way to kind of escape that and like focus on something. Like people out of jobs, people, you know, you're not allowed outside, and all you have is the internet. And like this podcast I was listening to by The Guardian was talking about QAnon, and there was a guy on there that was like he called himself a cult enthusiast. He wasn't in one, but he just like really loves them. But yeah, he's like trying to help people out of cults, or people who are really stuck in QAnon specifically. And yeah, it's just like, I don't even know what I was saying already.
Well, check on your loved ones. That's how we can try to end things. Like, of course, making money is important. You want to be successful. You want to do the best you can, but think about why you want to do it. What you're actually contributing, if you're giving something good to the world, and if it makes you feel good, because that was the thing that was so successful about Landmark. These business people who never take time for their family members are now guilt-ridden and sad, and now they're completely broken.
That's what I was gonna say.
See, it all ties.
It all ties together. But yeah,
but see, your friend helps you out, right? So check on your friends.
Yeah, you gotta check on your friends.
We know
check
that
on family.
UK is going back into lockdown. We're fortunate here in Hong Kong. We'll see what happens in the winter, but check on your loved ones and make sure you have a phone conversation. Don't just message. It really matters that you check on people now. Yeah. So we'll play another song.
It's by Lazy Boy Dry, or Dree. I'm not exactly sure. I should have looked this up. But I think it's Lazy Boy Dry. He is a local Hong Kong artist. And the song is called Hand Dree Was Dealt.
Hand Dree Was Dealt. You can't always, pick the hand you're dealt, but what you do with it is what matters.
There you go.
Yo, gotta close the window cause Hong Kong don't know how to be quiet, man. Yo, the name's G-Man in Chinese, it's Stick Lang Long. Young kiddo born and raised in the city called Hong Kong. City's fast paced, man, everybody in the race. There's no city for slow man, so dreams I gotta go chase. People always busy, that's how it goes in the city. If we late, take the minute, boss, that's a real quickie. Yo, Bobby rapping, man, you know I be in it. I do this for my fam, I'm ready, I'm about to get it, I be scoring. This brother balling like Isaiah. Got a heart of a lion, my height didn't really matter. Back in high school, I just wanna be a baller, but never grew taller, so now it's back to chasing dollars. Yeah, who would even know I would be in Team 7? Even up the Nick said I am the secret weapon, so go smoke me in the game. Like a dragon, I see flames, the name's Lazy Dree. Homies, y'all better remember the name.
Yo, bro,
Yeah?
you Filipino, yeah?
Yeah, man.
You know how to speak Tagalog, yeah?
I've been.
Then show me what you got, man.
Okay, I got you, man. Yo, we in the A52, all we do is hustle. We ain't rich yet, but we find beauty in the struggle. Cardboard city's what I represent. I'm pure Filipino boy, I'm 100%. Once a domestic helper, and my dad is a driver. The Western taught me well since a young and was in diapers. Broke since day one, man, we were living in the gutter. So for my dreams, I aim real steady like a sniper. Ang mga kapwang Pilipino ko dito, dugo apa, wisilay, nagtatrabaho para may mapadala. Maaral anak nila, basta makatapos bilang magulang sila.
You're living in Hong Kong, yeah? You gotta show Hong Kong people what's up too, man. Tell them what's up, man.
好啊，Yo Yo， 等我趁呢個機會嚟自我介紹，我叫做安仔，個個人都係咁樣叫，雖有啲矮，但係已經準備發揮。我寫中文字仲勤力過隻螞蟻，我老豆做司機，我媽做菲傭，乖仔啊孝順，成日陪媽去買餸，中英菲律賓文都得，就好似着茶咖啡，我就係3合1，所以溝香港女仔絕對冇問題。見我去見家長，保證唔會失禮。香港人佢哋從來都冇歧視過我，佢哋仲好支持我去追夢想 rap 歌。細個掛住打波上堂唔聽書，依家識得 rap 根本真係冇得輸。機會嚟到我就要去爭住取，因為呢個賓仔已經揾到自己夢想去追。
I ran out of tears when I was 18, so nobody made me put them in streets. Cause too many people think they made me. Well, if they really made me, then replace me. Homeless, the forceless, these niggas bring no stress. I feel like Moses, I feel like I'm chosen. And if you ain't my nigga, then your girl single to me. I don't give a damn if a nigga said you knew me.
Yeah, that's right, G. Hey.
I can't believe it, but our time has come to an
I
end.
know. Another
So
show
sad
done.
to see this end, but we will be back.
Mm-hmm.
We still have more time in our residency.
We do.
And more time for my visa.
Yeah.
So the next show...
Your visa ends in like 2 weeks, so we're like,
We
this
have
also
one-
may be the last show again.
No,
every
I'll
new
still
show.
No, because the next show is on the 6th, so I'll still
That's
be...
your last week.
Yeah, the
Okay.
last week, so...
Okay. It's so funny.
at
Every
least one more
next show is like, is she still here? Is the show still going? People come in and they're like, will there be another episode? I'm like,
Who knows? Who knows?
yeah.
But in the meantime, please support Hong Kong Community Radio, whether Zoe and I are here or not.
Yes, please.
You
support.
can donate via PayPal on their website. They also have awesome merch, which we will be copying today.
Mhm.
Great
I feel like-
t-shirts.
yeah, we should wear them in our next.
No, we're definitely going to wear them
We're
next
gonna wear
time, so you can know how swaggy they are. But yeah, we're so excited. We don't know what the new topic will be.
No.
But this was really fun. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, and research everything because like we only did a little tip of the iceberg.
Oh yeah,
Like,
these
everything-
aren't our opinions. We do a lot of research, and it's
Yeah.
important that we give you facts and try to make it digestible and fun for you to think about.
Yeah. Also, this shit is crazy.
Exactly.
so-
No. Also.
Look it up because there's more than we've even been speaking
Check
about.
on your family. Check on your friends.
Yeah.
But as we close out, I wanted to play one of my favorite songs. It's called "Dedicated to the One I Love" by the Temperies, soul band from the 70s, and a nice way for us to think about our families and our loved ones as we close. So we love you guys.
We love you.
And we'll see you and hear you soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
While I'm away from you, ooh, baby, I know it's hard for you, ooh, baby, because it's hard for me. And the darkest hour is just before dawn. Each night before you go to bed, ooh, baby, whisper a little prayer for me. And let's tell all the stars above, this is dedicated to the one I love.
I could be satisfied, girl, just knowing that you love me. There's one thing I want you to do, especially for me. Hey, there's something everybody needs. While I'm away, ooh, baby, whisper a little prayer for me, ooh, baby, and let's build all the stars above. This is dedicated to the one I love. It's for you. Dedicated to the